Yeah.
Masculine on the beat.
Yes.
Hey, yo,
I've been.
we are back
Yeah,
again.
we are wrong. We are wrong.
Right.
Let's see if we can before we hit the ground running there, let's see if we can share the live. You know what I mean?
Yeah, let me organize that on my side there. Share it to my circles and squares and
Yeah, me.
ovals. Circles and squares. Jesus Christ. The amateur move by me there. Was it good now, bro?
Yeah, we boy.
Everything good?
Them people have us working hard, boy, But you know, so it go.
Is this end of you they're feeling a little more stressfully than why? Than my usual. A little screaming at Ian upstairs there, trying to put a little boy down to sleep. He refused to fall asleep, so pardon me. But nah, the end of year eating hard. So you're just busy. And look at saving Grace's football.
Yeah, we boy. You have to just take it one day at a time.
Yep.
And just think back on the days where you wanted a job. You check, yeah. If you
Very
think back on
much
the
so.
days you wanted a job, I have to say, all right, relax.
Yeah, you
And
think back on the days working for small companies that do pay you.
I telling you, yeah. So, yeah, man.
Yeah,
What everybody doing tonight? I see we have a few viewers. You know, we want to acknowledge the viewers. You know, share the live
for
as
sure.
much as you guys can. You know, for those of us, you know, the Curl Festival coming up. You know, and I know it's sports, but the Curl Festival coming up. You know, which is a big Curl Festival here, 25th year of the Curl Festival. So you know, gonna have a lot of big artists coming down to Dominica. So for the people who are non-Dominicans, you know, you guys are always welcome. As long as you're willing to put shine in your pocket for a ticket.
It's a big thing, way.
Boy, trust me.
Right now we're looking for tickets for February and rough.
Yeah,
Rough.
rough. Rough. But yeah. So we decided tonight we're gonna come online. Last week we missed out last week, but you see we'll come online tonight and you know just kind of talk a little bit about a few things so far based on how we've seen the season going so far. We can recap a little bit quickly the last weekend. This is an international week, so no Premier League football.
Yeah, no
But
club football except MLS, which is weird.
right. But you know, we just want to talk a little bit. So we want to, you know, you guys comments like we always say, we're more than willing to open up the floor if anybody want to call in. So just you know, I will put the link in the chat, and you guys can call us in and join and give your opinion. If you want to come on video, you could do that. If you want to stay on audio, you could do that. More than welcome, and we actually encourage that. But so last weekend we had some games. Let me go back to Matrix 7. Starting with the first game of the weekend, we had Bournemouth playing Fulham.
Friday afternoon football. Well, Friday afternoon on our end.
Yeah. Bournemouth playing Fulham. I think Semenyo had a brace in that game, right? I think
2 goals and an assist.
Yeah. So Semenyo, for those who had him in the fantasy team, he saved my weekend, you know, because
Yeah.
I thought to change my team.
Really?
Yeah, bro. If I want to change my team, I take a gamble in the last weekend and the weekend before last, and I for to change my team. But so man, you has been decent points haul so far this season.
Yeah, he's the top scoring midfielder in fantasy so far.
Yeah,
And to be honest, he looking like, you know how Mbuemo looked last year for Brentford,
yeah,
almost the best player of the rest of the teams.
yeah.
Yeah, that's how Semenyo looking.
Yep,
Me
yep,
at
yep,
least.
yep.
And but when we watch that Bournemouth game, when he came on the field, he literally head and shoulders looked like the best player on the field.
But the man look like a man against boys, my brother.
Yeah, so
Yep.
I I see Brentford said this. Bournemouth said this price at 70 mil for next season. So I suspect next season he'll be on the move.
Yep. I hear rumors of him with us, I hear rumors saying that
What are you putting him?
Bruno gonna be going. I don't know. But anyway, we'll get to that. Fulham lost that game. So the next game, they had a string of games at well, there are two games at 10 o'clock, I believe. So you had Leeds against Spurs and Arsenal against West Ham. Spurs won away to Leeds at Ellen Road for 2-1. And Arsenal beat West Ham 2-0. That took Arsenal, I believe, to the top of the table.
It did. It did.
Yes, Silenton. Why is the word? Why is the word? Liverpool,
Yes,
don't even put your story outside there. Yeah, but Arsenal went to the top of the table with that win against West Ham because Liverpool had to play later in the day. But before we get to the Liverpool game, United won against Sunderland 2-0. One of the games of the season where we win with a clean sheet and no events.
That's our first clean sheet.
Let me call it that.
First clean sheet.
Yeah.
But
every game is like we go up and it's like
to
we have to
me,
do something.
yeah, to me the best thing about that game was to get the new goalkeeper in the field.
Yes, he actually looked, more sure of himself than the last two guys we had.
Yeah, and it's not nothing extravagant, It's almost like your goalkeeper supposed to bring calm to your game.
Yep.
Realistically, he doing the simple things: keep the ball out of the net, catch the ball on a cross, punch it on a cross, and clear the ball when you have to clear the ball. And it was just funny that the Old Trafford crowd was cheering when he catch the ball. Like I just couldn't understand it, man.
Yeah, it's been a while since they see a goalkeeper bringing some kind of calm.
Yeah. And then the thing is, like, it's just doing the simple thing, doing the basics will help the defense in general, right? Because they don't have to worry about too much about trying to stop everything before it get to the goalkeeper, or they can actually just focus on doing their job as opposed to protecting, preventing something, knowing that if a shot get by them, the goalkeeper not there or don't have hands to save it, like that kind of thing.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, the one good shot, I think Xhaka had a nice long shot against him. He saved it.
Yeah.
The thing is, like, you want your keeper to at least do the basics right. You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
The balls you have to save. There are going to be some shots that, listen, the attacker, like that guy said, hit against Liverpool. I mean, you have to get to it, solid hit. Maybe the goalkeeper, if he had cheat a little bit, but they would kind of speed them and hit that and power. Sometimes, you give the attacker a thing, but too many times you were conceding goals where the goalkeeper was just trying too much instead of just trying to do the basic thing. When you watch the game against Brentford?
Yeah.
We pushing up, and I hear at my TV the man standing on his line. Like, no, bro, you push you're on the 18-yard box. These are simple things because when the attacker put up his head, he's supposed to see you in his face to make him a little reverse. But when the man have time to control the ball, turn, run towards goal, take a shot. You know what I'm saying? Too much time. And even those teams will punish you. So we'll talk a little bit further about United and how this season has gone so far. But let's move on to the next game. So next game was Chelsea against Liverpool. And Chelsea beat Liverpool 2-1. I believe that's Liverpool's third. Is that the third loss in a row?
They lost in a row. Yeah. They lost last week to Palace, midweek in Galatasaray, which was a tough game, and then Chelsea on the weekend.
So Lenton,
To me,
I see you saying Liverpool. Let's go. Talk to me there. Put in the chat there. Tell us what you think about your new manager. I mean, not really new, but the second year he's there. Now he's kind of putting his stamp on the team, and things kind of get shaken up a little bit. Tell us what you think.
well, I can go from what I see, right?
Yeah.
Liverpool are balanced in terms of how they want to attack, right? You have Gakpo, Salah, Isaac, or Ekitike, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then Woods. Then you have Soboslai, and then you have Gravenberch. And then you have McAllister. None of these players are dedicated. Like, none of these players are defenders. Everybody wants to move forward.
Yeah.
Gravenberch will do a job if you tell him to sit.
Yep.
But the way he playing, he collecting the ball and moving the team 40 yards up the pitch.
Yep.
If he get dispossessed, nobody really to cover. And then the back line exposed. When you think about the wing backs or the full backs, right? Frimpong, Kirkesh. Both of those players also want to attack. So the only two players that you have dedicated defenders are your two center backs.
Yep.
Right? And then we talk about Virgil as, one of the best. And I remember you saying it. If any great defender that have players running at them all game will eventually make a mistake.
Of course. Yep.
You're bound to get exposed at some point in time.
Yep.
So said, so done with that Caicedo goal, that rocket he hit. Right? Virgil had two options. Step up to the ball or drop off and block the passing lane and trust his goalkeeper to try and make a save if they hit a shot.
Yep.
It just so happened that Caicedo hit a shot and the keeper couldn't stop it. And Virgil ended up with egg on his face. No, he's a meme.
He's a meme.
Even
that Virgil thing, I refuse to blame Virgil for that, because
I cannot.
If I am him and I saying, well, if I step up and the man just play a little pass past me, before the attacker getting a basically one-on-one with my goalkeeper, which is most likely a goal. So I will take the chance and let Caicedo hit something from 25 yards. Now, if he hits something and he hit it flush and it score, well, okay, fine. Me personally, I would have taken that chance. But watching Liverpool, I swear, it's like FIFA playing. Like when you're playing FIFA and your midfielders just running up and all the defenders just by themselves. Yep. That's basically what I've seen from Liverpool. They play. I see Paul say that they playing a little too open, and that is true, right? I mean, this is the year that Arne Slot has to prove, his mettle, because pretty much he won the league last year, but he won it with a team that he inherited. So now he's made some big calls. I mean, he went and he signed Florian Wirtz, he signed Isak. Those are two players he spent £100 million each on, or 100 million plus each on. And then he also signed young Ekitike for another 70 or 80 mil.
Yep.
Right. So Liverpool spent some serious money. Right. They spent some serious money. And they haven't been able to kind of hit the ground running. They won, I think, their first 5 games in the league. But again, it wasn't really, and Brad was saying that, right? It wasn't really convincing wins. So we'll have to see. I mean, how they come about. I think, a champion team can always find a way. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But at the same time, I'm really interested to see what Arne Slot does with the 2 strikers he bought. Because what really hitting him hard now is Ekitike started hot.
Yeah.
The man started scoring goals, and then Isak now came, and it doesn't look like Isak is 100% fit.
Isak came, and the mess up thing is Isak came after the season starting, after Ekitike already had his stay.
I'm telling you.
And then all of that too getting in the play ahead, because now you sign in a Premier League proven striker who is coming in to be number 1 striker, right? and then you check in, but you just buy me. I start hot. I should be number one because I deserve to be. I there from the start and I score in goals, which is why I think he get that red card in the cup.
Yeah.
He scored the winner and he taking off his shit. Checking, yeah, it's me.
Yeah.
Right. No, granted, all these players have egos, right? So is right now is to try and balance that because Isak undoubtedly going to be number one. Ekitike is still relatively young. Right?
Yeah, but I feel like that's I feel like something I have to give there, bro. I feel like you cannot. It's not to say like Isak was there already, and then they signed Ekitike. Like they signed both of them in the same window.
Yep.
So they're gonna have to figure out a way to play both of them. It cannot keep being one or the other. You know, at some point they have to play both of them. And then Salah hasn't been this Mo Salah that we've known. You know, unfortunately, the next game is against United. He always find a way to score against us and do a match. So we'll have to see how he bring himself.
But then all of that too is the balance of the team, you know. Because now, what used to happen, Salah used to get that ball early and wide.
Yeah.
Liverpool have a lot more possession now, playing through the midfield. And then when they get Salah the ball now, they double it up on Salah. So Salah will have one of two options. You try to take on two men or you play the ball back.
Yeah.
Now, what would happen before is that when they had Trent drifting into that little half space, not necessarily wide, but into that half space, close to the edge of the box there, where you can whip a cross in or you can drop it back and cross it from deep. You don't have that again. Frimpong to go on the outside. So now Salah have to adjust his game to play completely differently. And then you have your midfielders now bombing into the box. So your only option is either all the way back or to the deep line midfielder, Gravenberch.
Yep.
You know, so like I think he will get the balance right. I just don't think he will have the time to get it right for them to actually win the title.
Well, I get the balance right, and then we get it after next weekend, right?
After yeah, for sure.
So yeah, let's go through it next week. We can discuss Liverpool a little bit more, but let's continue on with the rest of the results. Villa picking up themselves. You know, they got a win against Burnley. They've had some good results recently. I think they're on like 3 or 4 game unbeaten streak, I think, something like that.
Yeah. 2 goals from Marlon in that game. Couple nice goals actually.
Jack Grealish with a last-minute win against Palace. I mean, Palace beat Liverpool last week and they lost to Everton.
Palace beat themselves.
Well, I mean,
it's a block clearance. Honestly,
yeah, but I mean,
Everton actually surprised me this season.
You might have to take the chance and Jack Grealish coming back into his own. The Jack Grealish that we used to see at Villa.
Yep.
Taking the chances and kind of carrying a quote-unquote lesser team. You know.
Yeah, he's the main man there, and he have the freedom to do what he wants. You know.
Yeah. So. Newcastle, Nottingham Forest 2-0. There's already conversations about Big Ange getting the sack.
I don't like that, man.
my brother, I mean, we talk about that a little bit, you know, but
yeah,
to me, them thing there is just really a real reflection of what society is nowadays, you know.
Yep.
Everybody want everything. No. Nobody want to have patience. Nobody want to say, boy, let me put in work. They literally just signed the man. You sign the man haven't signed one player. The man inherit a team. All you other, in a way, what you see teams like Forest, when you see they do them kind of nonsense, they do the like Fire Nuno and them kind of fellas, I want them to get relegated. Me personally, they're too wicked. The same thing with West Ham. West Ham was winning games. They had David Moyes. They won Europe. They won a trophy, right?
A European trophy at that. Granted.
They start talking about, they want to play more elaborate and this and that, and they tired of Moyes. They go and get who's that Lopetegui. Is it Lopetegui? I think they signed after Moyes left.
Yeah.
Right.
I forget about this. It's Porter that goes straight in there.
No, then they signed Porter. Look now, they sacked. So after Moyes, they already sacked 2 managers.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I want to happen to. They're too wicked.
And where Everton is in the table now?
But I don't know. Everton, I think 4th, you know, or something like that. They up there, you know.
The same Moyes.
Yeah, man.
Everton in 8th.
They up there.
Yeah.
So the next game, Wolves playing Brighton at home. That game finished 1-1. And then the last game for the weekend was City against Brentford. Brentford away, and City won that game 1-0 with a goal from none other than Erling Haaland.
And that was his only shot for the game.
Yep.
His
Yep.
only
But
shot.
again, when you keep a clean sheet, you give a chance. You give yourself a chance to win a game. When you
Exactly.
keep a clean sheet. So let me look at the table. So the table, Arsenal on top of the table with 16 points after 7 games. Liverpool, one behind. Liverpool has 2 straight losses in the Premier League. They're gonna have 3 by the end of next week. So by the end of next week, so that'll be nice. Spurs up there as well. Spurs third, Bournemouth fourth, City fifth. Everton eighth, Chelsea seventh, Everton eighth. I mean, the table is real close still, right? I mean,
Yeah.
From number. I mean, if you go to United at 10 with
Mhm.
10 points, and we only 6 points behind Arsenal.
The table very volatile, man. The table
Yeah,
still
the
very
table
volatile. One win
still
can jump you like 4 or 5 places. If
Yep.
the thing go right.
Yep.
To me, after the 10th game is when I really watch the table and see who's shaking, how the table is shaking up. Right? I expect Wolves to still be down there. I expect West Ham to still be down there. Burnley, I'm actually surprised that they haven't gotten like a decent result yet, because I think they're playing okay and they're capable of scoring goals.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that they can't keep out the goals. So
Mm-hmm.
and then Forest, as you see,
They don't go down, they're too rude.
yeah.
Let them
But then
go
the thing is okay. So back to the Big Ange thing now, right? Forest go completely opposite, from the styles, when you watch how Nuno was playing.
Again, people don't know how for them to stay in their lane. Kex Mafia tell them stay in all the lane, because all he was playing counter attack football, compact.
Yep.
All you bought the players, all you bought Ilanga, all you bought Morgan Gibbs White, all you bought the players that were able to play on the break, and all you decide no, all you tired of no, say whatever, but the owner decide to fire him. Once of the nonsense. I want them to get relegated. They're too rude. They're too rude. I know there is no inherent right for a team to play in a particular way or for a result, but I mean, come on. That's why I always respect teams like Brentford and them teams. They know their lane. Brighton, they're not trying to say, well, hey, Champions League. No, they know they're a mid-table team. They buying low. They're trying to build their players. They sell high. That is their model. They stay in there
And then
you get to a point.
eventually,
Until you get to a point where things solid. Maybe you get bigger investment.
exactly.
You can buy better players. Them kind of thing.
Exactly.
Anyway, so we said we're going to talk a little bit about this season so far and some of the teams, right? So I guess we are United fans, so we can talk United. So United has played in 7 games. United has played Arsenal, Chelsea, and Man City in 7 games. We won. So out of those 3 games, we won 1, we lost 2, right?
Yes.
The game against Fulham, we should have won that game. Even if we should have won that game. The game against Burnley, we won narrowly. And City easily beat us. Then the Brentford game, I believe that I put not loss on Ruben Amorim, because I think he set up the team wrong from the start, knowing that Brentford was going to play on the counter. So if it wasn't for that, let's say that Fulham game, we would have at least 12 points, which means we would have been somewhere about 6, 7, somewhere about there. Right? Ruben Amorim, he keeps saying that he will not change. He will not change. But he changed a little bit against Sunderland, if he play more, they play more direct.
Funny enough, I think that was because the goalkeeper changed.
What do you think about that whole thing with him and the goal? Like, I never understand why coaches, we buy players and then we say, well, okay, they're not ready. Like, what do you
I don't think that was an Amorim buy. That wasn't an Amorim buy. That was a Manchester United buy.
But if Amorim
have to work with.
If Amorim really, really and truly, bro, if Amorim really and truly thought Bayern there, and knowing that
Couldn't be.
Onana wasn't there,
Couldn't
that,
be.
that Amorim should be fired tomorrow. Because I don't understand what band. I mean, the man is not very good.
He's not. He's not. He's not. And
You know?
and even when he came in and he was playing in the cup, you could see he
Yep.
not English like a goalkeeper for the English league,
No boy.
for the Premier League. He too weak.
No boy. Too
And
weak.
then even in the off season, right? Players go away, do their thing, and then they come back and they're looking stronger, they're looking fitter
Yep.
and thing. No change.
Nothing. Yep.
So that should never have been the situation where he's our starting goalkeeper. Onana come in and he asks for more money, they tell him, piss off.
Oh no, that's I find it. I mean, come on, bro. You know, this is why I don't. Again, back to this generation of people, and it just drive me nuts. People want more money, but they don't do it. They don't. You haven't done anything to help the team make more money.
Precisely.
I don't want to hear you go and talk about you. And if you didn't want to lose 25% of your contract, bro, then stop letting so many goals go in the goal. Ball go in the goal. Maybe we'd finish high in the table. We finish in Europe, in a European position, even if it's Europa League. And then you can keep your 25%.
We would have probably win the Europa League last season. Remember that goal that scored against us? Remember that?
Yep.
Right. Anyways, we're not going back. We're not living in the past. But right, all them thing there, right, with the goalkeeper. I don't think that was Amorim. And Amorim stubborn. We know he's stubborn, right? He trying to let the team develop. From my point of view, he's trying to let the team develop together. So he's trying to keep a core of players. Now the goalkeeper situation that should have been fixed from the time Lament's coming. Throw him in.
Yep.
Throw him in. Right? He can't be worse than Bayern.
What you have to lose. What you have to lose. The one you have there is terrible.
Right? Throw him in. Now, I think our season has been defined by two things. Well, three. One, poor decision making in the attacking sense. Our players getting in positions where they have somebody in a better position to shoot than them, and they shooting. Shots getting blocked, and then because we have so many players up the field, right, in those attacking positions, we can count it on. That is one thing. The second thing is individual errors. And then I think the second thing is tied to the third thing, because is Amorim putting players in those positions when they shouldn't be. It's first and second, right? Cunha is great. Cunha is greedy.
Yeah.
Right? If you want to play Cunha in that number 10 role, you have to supply Cunha to finish. You don't want Cunha to be creating, because when Cunha creates, Cunha will look for a shot for Cunha at the end of it.
Well, the thing is, Cunha, in a way, I don't know if I say greedy. I think he wants to. You can tell he's trying to make something happen. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like maybe trying a little bit too hard. You know, so maybe it's that. I mean,
everybody wants their first goal.
He has a goal yet.
He doesn't have a goal yet.
Yeah,
and he wants his first goal, and I understand that, right? But at the same time, you can't force it.
Shane, what you would?
He's saying shady. You can't force it, right? Sometimes you're not in a position, you're not in the best position to shoot. So why you trying to shoot?
Yeah, but I mean, I think I saw Jamie Carragher say something, and I think I agree with him. I'm not saying, and I keep saying that, I keep saying, I've said that for years now. The players we have had, even when we had Rashford and Sancho and all these fellas, the players we have had are not players that are so bad for them forced to be playing in the positions, forced to be in the positioning table we are. We haven't been able to find a coach that can coach these players to play to the best of their ability. Right?
Agreed.
Because you cannot convince me that there are 14 teams in the Premier League better than Manchester United, even if the team we have there.
No.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, Dillit has been a very good player since he's coming. You know, he's done really, really well. Euro is coming into his own, playing a good young defender.
Mhm.
I think maybe the player who frustrates me the most in that team right now is Patrick Dogu. Because, well, not the most.
Dalo?
Dogu.
Not Dalo.
No. I don't expect much from Dalo. You can expect much from people from
Okay.
from-
Okay.
I
Fair enough.
tell you something, Carol. One thing I learned in my life is I don't expect nothing from if I don't expect nothing from you, can disappoint me.
Well, that's true. That's
Yeah.
true.
So,
I just find
but Dogu does make a lot of the wrong decisions. I think with the ball, you know, he has wrong decisions.
he
Decision
gets
making.
he gets in those positions.
Yep.
Right? As the wing back, sometimes he's our most advanced player on the left, which leaves all that space behind him. Now, when we lose that ball, he's right back at us. And again, I will keep singing about that midfield until we solve it.
Yep.
Right? Because we do have players that can cover the ground to cover those spaces that are being open when we lose the ball in advanced positions. So then, poor decision making, we're losing the ball in advanced positions. We do have a midfield to counter. And then even when we do get in those positions, like when we're able to get back, the players we have in midfield not covering their runners. 2 key goals we conceded because of that, right?
Yeah.
Bruno not tracking Emil Smith Rowe when he scored against us for Fulham. And then that Phil Foden goal where it ricochet and Foden just drifting to the back of Bruno. Right? A better midfielder in that, not necessarily a defensive-minded midfielder, but a pure center midfielder tracks those runs. Right? Individual mistakes costing us points. Because if we don't get that, if City don't get that breakthrough, the game doesn't go the way it goes, because now as soon as that happens, we have to start chasing.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
That Fulham goal, we had chances to score. And we're not taking those chances. We're not making the right decisions to take those chances, costing us points. So for us to count those points that probably we should have gotten, right? I writing up the Arsenal game because we were the better team. Arsenal get their thing, and we just couldn't break them down after.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean,
but it's just like it's a recurring theme because we get in chances, we get in positions to score, we're not making the right decisions, and then it coming back to bite us in the end, and then we scramble it.
Even against Chelsea, we almost end up making them and come back in a game where.
But even that I think that game is even the best example of it, right? Because we should have scored 4 goals, at least 4 goals in that first half before Casemiro gets sent off.
And that is why our goal difference, which is another issue, is bad. Because when we win games, you only winning goals by 1 goal.
1 goal.
But
and then when we lose,
when Chelsea was all over the park and we were dominating, we should have put 3-4 goals in Chelsea net.
Precisely.
You know what I'm saying?
We're making the wrong decisions.
Yeah, when you get the chance to score 2, 3, 4, 5 goals in a game, you have to take it because especially when you're struggling to score goals, them chances there you doesn't really get like that. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But anyway, we'll see what Ruben Amorim have to come. I mean, Jim Ratcliffe has come out and said that he will not lose his job and this and that. And
he never said that.
What did he say?
He said he have 3 years to do, to do something.
That's basically saying he wouldn't lose his job, eh?
The dreaded vote of confidence that day, bro.
Yeah, well, I mean, me personally, once them rich people they promise you something, what I tell you? Once the rich people promise you something, they have another option already.
Oh yeah, 100%. My problem with that is, if you don't want to answer the question, if you don't have nothing to say on it, just say no comment. You're not going to comment on it.
Yeah.
Right? Because say something is going to be a problem. Say no comment is going to be a problem.
Bro,
so better you say no comment.
I think a lot of people, including Ratcliffe and them, realizing that Manchester United is a different animal, I don't think them man realize the kind of level of scrutiny, the kind of things I seen being reported out of Carrington and all that. I second, but Like them thing there is as regular, but everything is a story, bro. Like everything is a
Yep.
story. Everything. So I don't know.
Manchester United gets clicks.
Yeah, bro. I mean, I watching CBS Golasso on Instagram. Manchester United not in any European competition. Meanwhile, every other post is about Manchester United, what
Yep.
players left and how they playing good. And I mean, I don't know. But anyway, so enough about Manchester United for now. Let's talk a little bit about Arsenal and their chances. So everybody was saying that Arsenal was playing a little bit too defensive, or the coach was setting them up a little bit too defensive.
In certain games.
In certain games.
Not every game. In certain games.
But now Arsenal is above outright in the table. Only 7 games in. I mean, there's a lot of games left, but as of now, Arsenal looks the more solid bet for who might go on and win the league. I mean, there's still a lot of games to play, but Arsenal seem to have the depth, they have the quality. And maybe, as they start, getting into it a little bit more, maybe Arteta will, like they say, pull up behind break. But what do you think about Arsenal so far?
I predicted that they would win the title this year. The reason for that is because they have the most balanced squad. They have depth now. And as they're going to be the difference maker for them. That man will find a way to do something. He will have moments. And Arsenal need moments. Because in terms of one, Odegaard can't stay fit. So Odegaard can provide moments.
Yep.
Right? 2, Saka can't do everything by himself. Right? On the other side of the field, on the left wing, they're not getting any production unless Martinelli comes off the bench. Martinelli starting doesn't make no kind of difference. And Glock 49 don't know his ass from his elbow. At least not yet. Right? He's still trying to find his feet in the Premier League.
He fired for me in FIFA.
In FIFA? Because you controlling him.
Oh, you're mad. My goals are so good.
Right? So like in terms of, we know Arsenal solid defensively. I think their problem is that they were not scoring enough goals. It was almost one-dimensional in terms of how they attack, where the attack coming from. So keep a strong defense, check. They have a strong midfield. And now they have creativity in Eze, in Saka, right? And they have a goal scorer. So personally, I think Arsenal have the best chance to win the league this season with that balance, because they will keep teams out, and then now they have a better chance to score more goals. And that is it for me, right? They have difference makers. So
Arsenal,
the only thing is, Arteta will probably be his own worst enemy if he keeps setting up the team not to lose.
Well, I see Shade make a comment there where some board member or sporting director on Thursday was on Sky Sports speaking about how they believe it's gonna take some time. They trust, and they trusted him on Friday, Saturday, they fire him. When the man tell you them thing there, you have to be careful, but them thing there is pure vote of confidence. Look, Chief saying City winning the league.
I don't think so.
Nah, I don't think City will win it. Nah, I don't think City have the. I think that's why Pep is kind of changing the way City is playing. I don't think they have the quality that they used to have. And man like KDB, that man going in Italy, and that man those not skipping a beat. Not even looking like actual striker.
Yep.
But you see, again, to me, the game nowadays, football nowadays, sports nowadays on a whole, in my opinion, is overanalyzed. It is overanalyzed. It's too much of, let's tell the players what to do, where to go. but you know, that type of thing. Like gone are the days, and people keep saying that, but it's like that in many avenues of sports, right? I mean, I think a lot of people know I watch a lot of cricket, and you have traditional players and correct by the book players like Virat Kohli and Kane Williamson and you know these guys. But you also have Steve Smith from Australia who's completely unorthodox. If you watch Steve Smith back, you would say, "What Mr. doing there?" Now? But the man averaging almost 16 Test cricket. So
Wow.
the man has the. Sometimes some players have a gift, and if you know, it's kind of being coached out of players nowadays, where coaches are just telling players to play certain ways, and if they don't do this, if they don't do that. I mean, when you watch Brian Lara, but Brian Lara, by no means of the imagination was Brian Lara a technically correct player, but he was a
Nope.
genius with how he played, right? Chanda Paul was not a technically correct player. Those guys, Chanda Paul don't even look like he know what he doing. The man scored well over 10,000 test runs. So
I just used to remember how we used to set up,
I'm
when
telling
he
you, the
take
man
the
is
bat.
to bat like he facing the ball. The bowler coming to him so, and he batted like he facing the bowler so, like the
Yeah.
stance.
And then
Like,
he set himself in front of the wicket, stepping in front of the wicket, and he can't out him,
but I'm telling you, the man batting for a whole day plus. So
Yeah.
I see Jack Grealish was talking about that. Like he
Mhm.
felt like when he went to City that you know didn't try. I think he was trying to avoid throwing Pep and the coaching staff under the bus, but that made him make him kind of lose himself. You know what I'm saying? Because he's a guy who wanted to express himself. Like I think about it, a man like Rooney, might not be revered. You know, if he was playing under some of these coaches, Rooney was technically gifted enough to maybe play, you know, in any system, but the way Rooney used to just play off the cuff, run around, play any position, take shots and do thing. Them thing that wouldn't really be, you know, because even when you watch Haaland and you watch even Messi in Pep system, it's like it have to have a system, it have to have to play a certain way, and you know,
I think Messi was the exception. Messi could go where he wanted, but the rest of the team had to function within that system.
well, maybe because Messi, you know, Messi. Okay, let's if you say Messi was the exception, okay, fine.
And then you had the three magicians in the midfield. You had Busquets, Iniesta, Xavi in the midfield that could show up any game, right? I think I was actually listening to a podcast today, and they were talking about football back then versus football now. Football has become more systematic, or too systematic, so that the individual now suffers.
Yep.
Right? Because back in the day, you had a winger. Just think about any winger, any team that plays a 4-3-3. When they get the ball to the winger, what the winger used to do?
But
Try to take on the man and
take
cross.
one across. Yep.
Try to take on the man and cross. If a winger receives the ball today, right? It's either a shimmy, drag the ball, and then try and run past the winger. There's no like trickery,
Yeah.
It's very simple. Change of pace. Either you go past the defender and cross, or cut back. Not even cross, cut back, or you bring the ball back to the midfield and you recycle possession. It's like it's become too systematic. It's become
too rigid, man.
Yeah.
It's and that's why personally, even when Spain was winning, World Cups and Euros, but I every time I used to hate watching Spain, my brother. I can't watch that thing.
But
all that just passing, the man playing a game 700 passes.
I don't agree with you there.
I listen. I say I used to. I
know. I like
to watch individualism. I like to watch the game up and down. I like to watch players. To me, the game not difficult, bro. You know what I'm saying? Newcastle sign up a striker. He's 6'6", 6'7". You cross the ball.
Yeah.
You cross the ball. It's not rocket science. These are the things that I just don't understand. Like I watch in Manchester United, we signed Šeško. Šeško is I watch the man taking the ball down, controlling the ball. For a big man, the man have great touch.
Oh yeah.
So it's like cross the ball into the man, bro. The man good in the air. Like I don't understand. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you watching the game, and to me, the game is not difficult. And how is it that we can see things? We always saying that we are coaches and we can see things, but how the coaches cannot see it? How the coaches can't see it? You know?
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, I just think, football need to get back to a point where we're seeing more individualism, more because I remember listening to Ferguson years ago. Because I remember Jose had an interview one time, and Jose say that he doesn't tell his players what to do. Like he's attacking players because he cannot tell Drogba how to score a goal. That's not his
Oh, yeah,
job,
100%.
right? His job is to tell Drogba score goals. And watch to see what Drogba need to score a goal and give him what he need to score a goal.
Mhm.
That's how we seen it. So Ferguson, you always just hear the coach is saying, boy, Ferguson was not a tactician. He was a mental guy. You playing against Carroll, Dwayne, you better than Carroll. Like what you doing? Like what you
Simple.
doing? It's them thing there to hype the man and make the man feel like, boy, when I go outside there, yeah, I go and pass it on them fellas. You check? But no, it's like, boy, and sometimes you can blame the players, because if I know, it's just, again, I'll bring back to cricket. One of the things I used to hate when I was playing cricket growing up was when you set a batting order. And when you say I play for a certain captain and they telling me, oh, well, maybe you'll bat 3, maybe you'll bat 4, maybe you'll bat 5. But I used to hate that. Because when you say I go and sit down, I want to know I bat in 4. No matter what. I bat in 5, no matter what. Like, I want to know what my role in the team is. If I'm an open batsman, I open it. If I'm middle order, I middle order. If I'm low order, whatever. I want to know what my role is. And I feel like as if there is not that in football anymore. It's like players, and that's why players like, maybe if you think about it, players like Sancho and them, man, maybe they would be better in past times because they more play individual type of game, dribbling and trying to make space and them kind of thing.
I also think the different leagues make a difference too.
Oh yeah,
right?
yeah.
Because I think Sancho would do very well in Spain because he's a technical kind of player. He'll thrive in like playing short passes and kind of thing there. The thing is, with like the English game, the game's so fast that
and physical,
right? I feel like the way teams are coached now is like the system. You set your team up to avoid one, getting run through, and two, getting counter attack. So you have to keep the ball as long as you can, and then make make something happen. And if you lose it now, you lose it in a favorable position that'll give your team time to get back. So it's like I don't know. I just like I understand and I agree with you in terms of the individuality and looking at we're not seeing any mavericks anymore, right? We're not seeing players picking up the ball and doing something. I think the only player I seen doing that now is Cole Palmer, and even that, like when he just came to Chelsea, I think that's when you used to see it more. I think even now you're not seeing it as much, but I think so much has changed in Chelsea in terms of the players coming in terms of the different styles and so on. So like it getting away from it. So
yeah.
I mean, individual over the team or the team over the individual. I don't know.
You have to help the team, man. I mean, don't be wrong. You don't want no players just going there and just doing things willy-nilly and doing kind of thing. But
But then when you talk about Spain, right? And you think about how Spain used to play. Spain had individuals, but it's just that the individuals were good and they functioned well as a team.
Yep.
Right? So you had a group of individuals who could pass the ball, who could run, who could just keep the ball and then create a chance out of nothing. Because David Villa was
a solid player.
And he just knew how to find space and score goals. So all the team had to do was get David Villa the ball in space and he would score goals.
Yep.
Is it? And then they had Torres who could run in behind, and they had players who could pass the ball. So it's like you need the team structure, but you also need the individual to be able to do what they have to do. And then give them, the latitude and the freedom to do that. And like in the current game, I don't see that happening. But
Yeah.
that is that.
I mean, yeah, we've been going for about an hour. Got a few people tune in. We really appreciate it, guys. Please like, comment, subscribe, share.
Share.
Really appreciate that. Really appreciate you guys tuning in. Um, we're gonna cut it here. But before I go, the last time I guess my good luck didn't work for West Indies, so I'll try again.
What
Second
them
test
series
match,
gonna?
but the first test match, them I lose the game inside 3 days.
Pop, man.
But I always rally around my team. I'm a diehard West Indies supporter. I support West Indies until the day I die. So I remember when they beat Australia, bro. It was like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning, and I watching that. Bro, in my basement, and I shouting, like it's after the time, my brother. What? Wicket after wicket, and they're screaming in the house, my brother. Yeah. So, but anyway,
So we'll be screaming when Man United beat Liverpool next weekend,
yeah. Especially
Brad?
if it's a dramatic, last minute winner. But
Yeah.
Western is playing India on the second test match, starting at I believe at midnight. It's starting tonight. Well, I guess tomorrow morning if you wanna be technical. Yeah. In 3 hours. So we'll see what West Indies does. There's a lot of talk right now about West Indies overall and the level of performance, how much it has dropped. I mean, West Indies is not what West Indies used to be, but we never used to be as bad as we are now. I refuse to blame all the players for that. Honestly, I think there's a lot of things that have to go into that. Cricket is a thing that you need confidence. And like I say, you cannot be dropping players every 2 seconds and then picking them and dropping them and picking them, and people have to kind of know, like, yo, I have a run in the team. Let me see what I can do. You know what I'm saying? Given good facilities, given good opportunities to play against good players. Any sport you play in, if you play in Koshon, you're going to stay Magi. You have to play, if you want to play better people, get better, you have to play better people.
Facts.
I still think, again, I will always say that we produce some of the best naturally talented cricketers in the world, in my opinion. But we seem to struggle from getting people from the let's say the under 19, under 17, under 19 level to the senior level, right? Because it seems like there's a big drop off between 19 and let's say 20, 22, 23. When they pick a young West Indian and they bring him in the team at 23, 24 years old, and people say, he's a young player. The man 25, you're not young anymore. Young should be 19, 20, them kind of age, But anyway, we'll see what West Indies has to offer in this game coming up. They playing in Delhi against India in 3 hours. I have a good feeling that West Indies is gonna put up a good account to themselves in this match. The last series play against, well, not Australia, but when we played away against Australia, we lost the first game miserable. We beat them in the second game. With Pakistan, we lost the first game miserable. We beat them in the second game. So I feel like that's going to happen now again. What I want to say, I'm going to say it loud. Alec Atanas, when you go in the wicket, my brother, score some runs for me, please. Please, Supley, please. The last time there, bro, I go in and I say I go and sleep, I say I go and sleep, Kerry. I go and lie down on my bed. I don't know what time you put on cricket. When I call, I say in there, declare West Indies go and bat. I say, all right, let me go and then boom, 2 fellas of Alec come and bat. I see Alec looking nice in the wicket. I check in, yeah. Today there, he can score like a thing. Alec playing well, them commentators praising the man. And then the man out in a kind of a soft way, as I say, where? I go and sleep after 3,
Well, the same thing you always say, you don't just hold yourself.
I tell you, bro, the man have the thing, but I don't know what it is. I want to see him put his head down. One of them time, when you get to Alec, look at me. I'm talking to you now. When you get to 30 and 40 and you can score there, just tell yourself you're gonna get to 50, you're going by 1. Don't worry about 4. Just go by 1. When you get to 50, tell yourself I'm going to get to 100 by 1. 1 at a time. That's it. Don't worry about 4. You check. Don't worry about them thing there. I watching the open batsman for India, K. Rahul. Mr. say for him, if you get 100 going by one, he don't care. There's 100 to get it. So if he has to say 250 balls to get the 100, for himself, he don't care. So another thing, another technique. Again, I never play them levels there, but I watch enough cricket. Just bat time. Just tell yourself, yo, I going to bat the next 5 overs. I going to bat the next. And before you know it, as you there, you will score runs. Because you are naturally attacking play, you score run. You know what I'm saying? So with that said, let's see what West Indies have to offer. Rally around the West Indies always. Glory, glory, Man United always.
Yeah,
and
man.
We'll be back with you guys next week. And for those in Dominica, we can do a little thing in Dominica, a little link up, So yeah,
You should, for real.
we're in Dominica and we can organize something.
You
Indeed.
should.
Feels like she will not be able to attend, so anyway. Yeah, anyway, take it easy, everybody. Have a good night. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Later.